Hi, this is Shahid Kapoor.
Hi, this is Mrunal Thakur.
And you're watching
Good Times.
अर्जुन तलवार मिली है पूजा तलवार से.
अरे आप तलवार हैं?
हाँ,
क्या बात है?
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Exactly. And Mrunal,
Vidya
finally,
तलवार, जी.
विद्या तलवार. चलो. क्रिकेट बल्ला घुमाना इजी है या तलवार?
मुझे तो बल्ला घुमाना बहुत मुश्किल लगा because you know तलवार में आप फिर भी थोड़ा एटीट्यूड में निकल सकते हैं but it's a very technical sport, you know. So cricket में you have to be technically right and I think हमारा देश क्रिकेट को बहुत सीरियसली लेता है तो you can't get it wrong. At least कोशिश तो हमारी यही है.
2 years at the crease बोलूँ मैं. 2 साल की सीरीज. Finally, how does it feel?
Well, we started shooting the film in 2019, so शुरुआत से लेके अब तक almost 3 years, you know. But worth the wait, I would say. We're releasing at a good time, and audience theatre जा रही है, फिल्में देख रही है. हम second time promote कर रहे हैं.
Exactly. And Mrunal, you should be actually anointed as the face of Indian sport. इसको देखो, she's always the wind beneath the wings of the person who, the protagonist who's the sports person. ये कैसे हो रहा है?
हो रहा है. I'm just happy that Gautam sir found, you know, had that faith in me to be able to, you know, perform this character. Trust me, it's a difficult one. और थोड़ा different भी है from the previous sport film that I did. Trust me, it was really difficult for me because I had to find Vidya. I had to find that character, that Chandigarh, that, you know, that space that she was in. For a Telugu girl to be living in north, it was quite a thing. Also, she's not really supporting Arjun Talwar in this, so that's a different angle which you.
No, there's a part in which she does, and there's a part in which they have certain differences, you know. So,
Yeah.
and which I think is absolutely fair. I think her character's probably more sensible than Arjun. Arjun is slightly more flighty. That's, you know, he's a little. I mean, he has his reasons, and as the film unfolds, you'll see why. But you know, it's very relatable on both sides. I think it's relatable for Vidya's character. It's relatable for Arjun. What the child feels is relatable. You know, so I mean, this is that film. This is that film that you can connect with almost every moment. You feel like
Sorry.
No,
And
please.
no, the thing is, like, I haven't seen the Telugu film, but the ones who have seen have sobbed buckets. I heard you say that you at the last 10 minutes were crying.
Yeah.
It's essentially, actually, it's a father-son story also. It's all about relationships. So did you both watch the original? What were your reasons to coming on board saying, yes, I can't let this slip out of my hands?
Because we hated the original, you know. That's why we did it. No, I mean, obviously, I think both of us you've also seen the film, right?
Yeah.
I also watched the film, and when I saw the film, it just, I would say it's more than just a father-son story. I would say the father-son emotion is fundamental to the film. But I think the film is more about making that choice between living every day in a mediocre manner, disconnected from life, and not really, you know, feeling connected with anything. And I'm sure all of us go through that.
True.
And between choosing to feel alive
True.
and chase what you love,
True.
Regardless of the circumstances, you know, never stop dreaming and always chase what you love.
True.
That's what makes you happy. That's why I am doing what I'm doing, and that's why you know, a lot of us don't feel that you know, work is work. You feel like you're doing what you love.
Absolutely.
And I personally really believe in that ideology. I feel that you should always do what you really enjoy, because then you don't really feel like you're working.
Yeah.
You have fun doing what you're doing.
No wonder he, you know, does a movie once in 2 years.
Yeah.
They call you the Mr. Perfectionist. What was it like working with him?
Oh, wonderful.
Really?
He
You
was-
worked with both the brothers, actually.
Yeah.
Who is easier? Who is tougher?
No, there's nothing. They both are like my, you know, they're like buddies, you know, like I can have a conversation with them. And that's the best part. Like, he is so into his character, and also for me it was difficult to connect with Vidya. Also because she's more into like 80s and 90s. That mindset was different. मैं तो सर को इतने सवाल पूछती थी, गौतम सर को, कि why is she doing this? Because I was not able to connect with her. That's when Shahid would, you know, all his little inputs would really help me elevate the scene. And that girl, she's just being practical. It's just a slice of life, you know, you be practical. How do you deal, how do you tackle with the situations? So I think by like after like a week or two is when I started feeling it. The first 2 weeks were very difficult, and we started with the most difficult scenes in the film.
And another thing, let me tell you, Shahid, when we spoke Mrunal for the first time, I asked her her teenage crush, and you know who she had named.
Oh, really? She has 3.
Well,
She
in
was
my
spoiled for
interview,
choice.
She said Shahid Kapoor. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was it like working with your teenage crush? आपने कुछ बताया भी थी कि कोई picture आपने देखी थी and then you know.
Jab we met.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So what
that
was
was-
it like seeing him on set?
I'll tell you my first encounter with Shahid Kapoor. I was just so excited to see him. And I got so excited that I entered a wrong office. And I was like, here I am. Where is Shahid Kapoor? And then they said, ma'am, you've come to a wrong building. That's the next building,
Wow.
first floor. Well, that's where his office is. So this time when I'm entering the office, I'm little hesitant. Ki I wanted to make sure ki this is the place. And then I saw, yes, this is it. And I was so excited to see him, and he was looking at me and smiling and like nicely, like we were just having a conversation, and I kept looking at him. It's like, hi, aap to waise hi ho jaise. He's like, obviously, like what kind of a question is like that is so bizarre of me to even say that. It was so silly. But having said that, the way he just dives into the character, and I think I have learnt more from him off while he's not shooting. I have discovered myself as an actor on the sets of Jersey. I have discovered myself as a human because there were a lot of, because you know we had COVID, there were lots of ups and downs. So it was very important for you to have the right you know, actors, be it Pankaj sir and be it our director Gautam sir. I think I fell in love with the way Gautam sir would explain me the scene. He would always make sure that he would relate it to certain circumstances you had in your life. Because what happens is that becomes relatable and it becomes easy for you to connect it with the audience. You're not acting, you're just feeling the scene. So I feel like all the scenes that I've been a part of, the entire film's process, the journey, it just felt like my own journey. It felt like I could feel the emotions that Arjun is going through in my personal life as well. Like everyone goes through those phases.
Totally.
There are people where we have to compromise when it comes to our dreams and our passion because kuch reasons hai, we all
do that, yeah.
We all do that, but you know why Vidya is the way she is, and or why Arjun is the way he is. It defines beautifully in this film, and I think the process, the journey. Now that I look back, I'm like, Shahid, I'm going to miss this journey. Or when I see behind the scenes, I'm like, oh my God, can I just go back?
2 promotions भी कर
I
रही
know,
है.
it's like your baby, you know the film.
Totally. Last time when I spoke to you,
जी.
हम कबीर सिंह के लिए मिले तो
जी.
उसमें तो पिक्चर में तो आपने बहुत थप्पड़ मारे थे, इसमें आप थप्पड़ खा रहे हो.
जी बिल्कुल. Payback time.
But Shahid, I want to ask you because I mean your choices. What defines your choices? As an actor, you are going to be playing characters who are black, grey, white, and there are all sorts of people we meet in life. But sometimes you're held responsible for playing the characters you do. So as an actor, do you go with that mindset?
No, I just feel that the people who are commenting don't understand what cinema is about
Ji.
and what the fundamental of making movies is about, you know. Or maybe their understanding of it is very different from what my understanding of it is. We are here to reflect life, you know, we're not here to pass judgment on anybody. And I don't think artists are very judgmental in nature. I think we have to delve into understanding life.
Ji.
And I think, you know, somebody who was a sinner yesterday is a saint tomorrow. You know, like they say, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future.
Totally.
You know, and I think that's the way you should look at life. I think people who feel they are above other people have a tendency of, you know, talking down to them and saying this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. And I feel that's very dangerous because you cannot talk to adults like that. You know, anybody who feels that they have the right to tell somebody who is an adult what is right and what is wrong, I think there's something fundamentally very wrong with them. We are in a field where we have to express ourselves in different characters, and I feel the audience is very intelligent.
I totally get that.
I saw that. I saw that with Kabir Singh because yes, like you said, there was a certain narrative that was being pushed that, you know, why a character like this. And I went back to Taxi Driver, and I went back to, you know, Scarface, and I went back to all the films Mr. Bachchan has done, and I was like, what are these guys talking about? I mean, this is what we grew up on. We see all kinds of, you know, dramatic characters, dark characters, complex characters, and we come out saying, man, how did that guy do it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what challenges you. That's what excites you, right? So I think everybody just needs to chill. Like, it's all good. Like, people know they're watching a movie. And
That's
one of
what-
my favorite comments, you know, I saw this comment on somebody's review. You know, you go down and you see comments, because at that time I was curious, so I was checking comments even on reviews. I was like, what do people think? Okay, this is what this guy thinks. You know, this is one of the reviewers, and you know, there's this guy in there who said that, you know, because this person said that, you know, you cannot make a film like this because people get influenced and then they start behaving like that, right? And then there was this dude who said, you know, you're absolutely right. I saw Finding Nemo yesterday, and I'm a fish. You know, so I was like, I mean, like, people are like, man, we're not dumb. We know what we're talking about, you know.
Totally, totally. No, I totally get that, because art imitates life, and you know, life does imitate art, but I mean, you can take what you want to.
No, and I don't think any actor does a character judging him. You play a character trying to understand him, because if you can't understand him, you can't take him to the audience and expect the audience to understand him, right? And then it's up to the audience to like him or dislike him. But my aim is, I want you to understand him.
Yeah.
You can disagree with everything he does, but understand him. And that's it. That's what I try to do as an actor.
Absolutely. And also, I see your dad here. You are also a dad in real life,
Yeah.
playing a dad in
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Did that also help being, you know, Papa?
No, absolutely. I don't think I would have been able to do this role if I wasn't a father. You know, I'm amazed at how Mrunal and Nani and Shraddha, you know, none of them are married. I don't know if Nani has kids, but maybe I don't know if he's married, but I know that none of them, I don't think any of them have kids. And I'm amazed how they were able to do it, because for me it was very helpful to be able to draw from my personal life, because once you become a parent, it's a whole different experience, you know. So I really connected with the film also because I'm a dad, you know, and that thing in the back with me tying my son's shoelaces, that's an everyday thing at home, right? I mean, that's how that's what you do, you know. And even though it's such a simple moment, but it's such a wholesome moment, and it's such a beautiful moment.
Absolutely.
You know, so yeah.
And talking about shoes, your wife put up a post saying Shahid has too many shoes.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Man, you have to see her side of the cupboard.
There, everybody.
Did she do this today?
This was yesterday.
Yesterday.
She has just announced you have too many shoes.
Oh my God.
And just
I didn't even know she's done this. She knows I'm busy promoting, you know, she's doing these sneaky things on my back.
So as Mrunal said, you get into character. How does the lady in the house relate to you? Kabhi
No, I don't
Tommy
bring it home. I try not to bring it home. I try not to bring it home. I have two very different gears. A lot of people who've met me in my workspace, when they meet me personally, they're very shocked. Because I'm in a very different gear in my workspace. I'm demanding, and I'm accelerating, and I'm pushing, and I'm in a very different, I'm like, get it. You know, that's the vibe. And when I'm at home, I'm like, I don't want to know anything. So I have two very strong sides to me, you know. So my home scene is very different from my work scene.
Because हमेशा आपको I see him in work zone. I think like Shahid is the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You know?
That's. Also, this movie is about second chances, and I've seen both of you. I mean, he has seen the highs of highs, he's seen the lows. You've seen the critics, you've received the bouquets and the brickbats. So have you. You said, you know, कि पहले वो TV star का ठप्पा था, I had to prove. What was some memories it brought back about second chances, about having, like they say, जिंदगी का, if I would ask a question, सबसे बड़ा bouncer कौन सा था आप दोनों की जिंदगी में?
Oh my God, that's a tough one. But let me begin it with by saying thank you to all the people who thought I couldn't, because that was the fuel that really ignited something within me. Bouncer, I must say, it took me a couple of years to get into Bollywood or do films, because once you reach to the place, you know, to the for the audition, and the first thing you know is, sorry, you can't audition because you are from TV. That felt really, I was like, give me an opportunity. That's why today, if you see, I'm really hungry when it comes to performing good characters, being a part of a film that would start a conversation and inspire people. I think today I'm in a really happy space, and I just want to say that bouncer to aate rahenge. It depends on how you tackle it. I'm glad that those bouncers came in my life.
छक्का मेरा, bouncer आएंगे,
छक्का मेरा और लगातार एक पूरे ओवर में सारे छक्के लगाने हैं.
Totally.
That's the aim, and I think those are the moments, you know, like how you deal with it, rather than victimizing myself कि हाय मेरे साथ हो गया ऐसे, मैं तो वहीं रहती फिर. But I took that energy and I invested, like like I'm invested on myself, be it, you know, grooming myself, or I had this heavy Maharashtrian accent, which I still do, and I still make sure that I keep correcting myself whenever I can. And work hard, yeah.
Totally,
That's it.
totally. ठीक. What about you? One thing about you, I know, they say, na, let your work speak for itself.
Yeah.
You have proved that. I mean, I've known you from
Thank
your
you.
first film. I have seen the Kameene, the Heather, Kabir Singh, sab dekha hai. You, I mean, keep quiet. I don't have to. But honestly, what has it been like? I mean, 2 decades तो होने वाले हैं ना? क्या 15?
Yeah, about 80 over 18 years.
Over 18 years, yeah.
Yes.
How has the process and how has Shahid changed? आपका कौन सा बड़ा bouncer था? छक्के तो मार रहे हो आप?
हाँ, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. You know, I mean, for me, like she said, you know, it's about some people just, I don't know why, and I don't want to like be pointed about it, but some people just get accepted.
जी.
And you don't understand why. And I don't mean from the audience, I mean from the fraternity. And some people just have to keep proving themselves again and again and again, but you don't get that, you know, it's some kind of, I don't know what it is. I'm like, why? Like, you know, so I feel I fall in the latter category. You know, it's like, you got to keep proving, but like she said, it's fuel, man, bring it on. Bring it on. I keep doing it.
Totally get that. And I have to ask you, Mohali mein khele,
जी.
cricket ke up, I mean, she and me, we don't know much about cricket,
जी.
but we are the ones who cheer the cricket team when
जी.
we have to.
जी.
What was it like for you? आप एक aspiring cricketer थे कभी बचपन में?
मैं तो मुझे तो लगता था मैं क्रिकेट खेलने वाला हूँ, you know, बचपन. I actually had this person who used to, you know, work at our house, but he was like, I used to call him Mamu, and he's literally been with me till, like, I would say 7, 8 years back, 10 years back, maybe. Then he was too old, and he was just with me all the time. And he used to love playing cricket, and I used to love playing cricket. I was in school, and we would play cricket for like hours. He would keep bowling to me, and I would keep batting. And this is like, I'm talking about when I was literally like 6 years old, 5 years old. So I have played endless amounts of cricket as a kid. Then I played in school. We had a crappy cricket team in college, but I tried. But we didn't, yeah. So, and then I just, you know, I started dancing for Shamak Dawars, and so life moved on, and then I couldn't get back to it. But there was also a reason I picked this film. You know, अगर मैं बचपन में नहीं खेला होता, तो मैं शायद नहीं लेता ये film, because sport दिखाना बहुत मुश्किल है. You know, so मैंने काफ़ी cricket खेला है, and I think that has helped me tremendously.
Wow, it must have been awesome. And Punjabi, comfortable speaking Punjabi?
मैं तो 2.5 साल पंजाब में ही रहा हूँ. So, you know,
चंगा
during the
COVID also.
the whole COVID thing, I was actually with my kids. मैं पंजाब में ही था. तो Punjab is very close to my heart.
Awesome.
In fact, हम जब दिल्ली आ रहे थे promotions करने, because actually बहुत सारी चीज़ें करनी हैं, तो पंजाब का प्लान नहीं था. हमने सोचा था हम पंजाब के जर्नलिस्ट को यहाँ बुला लेंगे, but I told my producer, I said नहीं भाई, चंडीगढ़ तो जाना पड़ेगा brother, because फिल्म चंडीगढ़ में बनी है और मेरे दिल के इतनी करीब है that वहाँ तो जाना पड़ेगा.
Totally, from Tommy Singh to Arjun Talwar, you have a close Punjab connection.
I love it.
Totally.
I love it.
Totally. And is it true that your wife actually thought twice, well, I should not marry this man? ये Tommy
Yeah, no, I only said that. So उसने picture देखी और वो ऐसा दूर जाके बैठ गई मुझसे. She said, if you're like this, I don't want to marry you.
चलो.
So I was like, नहीं यार, this is what I do as an actor, you know. And thankfully after that, you know, I've not played. See, I have played pretty disturbing characters.
Yeah, Kabir Singh.
But this guy is a family man.
He's a family
he
man.
He is intense and all, but
redeem होगा
he's far more relatable.
Yeah.
हाँ जी.
Awesome.
Relatable
Looking
तो है.
forward to Jersey.
Thank you.
All the very best.
Thank
Jersey
you.
of Dreams. अब आप दोनों का क्या ख्वाब है? Jersey of Dreams तो
मेरा ख्वाब एक्चुअली 6 दिन दूर है, क्योंकि हम 2.5 साल से वेट कर रहे हैं.
Exactly.
तो ये सिंगुलर ख्वाब है 2.5 सालों से कि यार जर्सी थिएटर में आनी चाहिए.
जी.
और जिस चीज़ को हम, you know, we used to take it for granted, अब वो समझ में आता है कि जितनी भी चीज़ों को हम ऐसे समझते थे कि यार ये तो है ही, उसको आप अप्रिशिएट करना सीखते हो. तो आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल एंड फील वेरी ब्लेस्ड कि हमारी फिल्म थिएटर्स में आ रही है. एंड बहुत पोटेंट फिल्म है और बहुत दिल से बनाई है, और हर इंसान की कहानी है.
I can totally get that vibe, and you should be doing a Hindi bended like Beckham soon. Football girl है ये.
ये तो फुल करेगी. She तो loves sports.
I love sports. मैं बस I want to be like a center forward और सारे गोल करने हैं बस.
Totally. यहाँ ये छक्के मारे आप गोल करना.
गोल करें.
वो तो लग रहा है. Thank you very much. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.